the Sphinx of Kemet, Egypt. By the end of this video, you will learn 15 facts about the pyramid that you didn't know before.
Are you my dad? Are you my dad? Are you my dad? Are you my dad?
Technical difficulties.
Okay. Anyways, as I was saying before we were interrupted, today you will learn 15 things about the Sphinx that you didn't know before. And don't worry, you are not alone. One of the oldest, biggest and best of all, most enigmatic structures ever built by humans is the Great Sphinx of Giza, or Gaza, however you want to pronounce it. Or you can tell me how to pronounce it in the comments. Anyways, the Sphinx is a veritable gold mine of occult history and knowledge due to its extensive mythology, hazy origins, and purported ties to extraterrestrial planets. Here are a few facts about the tall desert dweller that you might not be aware of. Facts number 1. The Great Sphinx of Giza is not a sphinx, technically. At least not a typical sphinx. Despite being significantly influenced by Egyptian, later Mesopotamian mythology, the ancient Greek representation of the sphinx had a lion's body, a woman's head, and bird wings. An androsphinx is a male-specific landmark of Giza. Its established taxonomy is further complicated by the absence of wings. So yes, Sphinx won't be doing any of this. Facts number 2. The sculpture went by a few different names in its early days. This discrepancy contributes to the explanation of why the ancient Egyptians did not initially refer to the enormous beast as the Great Sphinx. The dream teller is described as a statue of exceedingly mighty Khepri. In a literature from around 400 BC, the god of Horemakhet Khepri Atum appeared to Thutmose IV in a dream while he slept near to the statue and informed him that he was Thutmose's father, and that if he swept the sand from around the monument, he would rule over all of Egypt. Following this incident, the statue earned the name Horemakhet, which means Horus of the Horizon. The Sphinx was known by many names given to it by medieval Egyptians, including Baliban Bilal. Fact number 3. Nobody is sure who built the Sphinx. It's amazing that no one tried to claim the ownership of the Great Sphinx of Giza because it's such a magnificent creation. Even though without concrete proof of the statue's antiquity, archaeologists disagree as to which pharaoh of ancient Egypt was the statue's creator. According to the widely accepted view, the Sphinx first appeared under Khafre's authority, which occurred during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom, giving the monument a birth date of somewhere around 2500 BC. The second largest component of the Giza necropolis, the Pyramid of Khafre, as well as the neighboring valley and funerary temples, are all attributed to the pharaoh. The proximity of this collection to the Sphinx and the similarity of the pharaoh's-like monument's face to that of the Sphinx likely to reinforce the idea that Khafre was also involved in its development. Despite the lack of proof of the Sphinx's age, some academics have maintained the theory that it predated Khafre's creation. Some claim that Dredefre, Khafre's half-brother, and Khufu, the king who oversaw building the Great Pyramid of Giza, were responsible for construction. Others place the Sphinx origins considerably earlier. The Great Sphinx is thought to have lived during a period of intense rainfall, which could place the Sphinx origin as early as 6000 BC, based on utensile water damage to the face and head. Facts number 4. Whoever built the Sphinx abandoned the job in a hurry. According to a number of discoveries, the Sphinx was originally supposed to be far from impressive than what it is now. Large stone blocks, toolkits, and if you can believe it, lunches that had been left unattended in the middle of a workday were found by American archaeologist Mark Lehrer and Egyptian archaeologist Zahi Hawass. Facts number 5. The workers who constructed the statue ate like kings. The first belief of the majority of scientists was that the individuals who labored to create the Sphinx belonged to a castle of slaves. But despite what their diets might indicate, Leher's excavation showed that the statue's builders frequently ate high-end prime beef, sheep, and goat meat. Facts number 6. The Sphinx was once very colorful. The Sphinx may have been totally painted in colorful paint, even if it is today difficult to distinguish from the dull color and its sandy surrounds. On the statue's face are remnants of red, while on his torso are traces of blue and yellow. Facts number 7. The sculpture has spent a lot of time buried under sand. Throughout its lengthy life, the Great Sphinx has suffered numerous losses to the hands of the Egyptian desert's shifting sands. Thanks to Thutmose IV, who shortly assumed the role of Egypt's pharaoh, the nearly entirely buried Sphinx had its first documentation restoration right before the 14th century BC. The monument was once more buried in the 3 millennia that followed. The front arms of the statue were submerged beneath Giza's walking surface by the 19th century. The statue was completely unearthed once more until the 1920s. Fact number 8. In the 1920s, the Sphinx temporarily lost its crown. The Great Sphinx sustained severe head and neck injuries as well as the loss of a portion of its famous crown during this most recent restoration. As a result, in 1931, the Egyptian government hired a team of engineers to repair the statue. But as a result of the damage, these restorations were causing to the soft limestone. A 700-pound piece of shoulder fell in front of a German reporter in 1988. In order to repair the harm that prior restorers had caused, the Egyptian government launched a huge restoration project. Fact number 9. A cult found the Sphinx long after it was built. In the 14th century BC, the Sphinx and mythological deity it represented gained renewed prominence as a result of Thutmose's magical experience there. Pharaohs in charge of the new kingdom even gave the go-ahead for the construction of a new temple from which to admire and worship the Great Sphinx. Really? Fact number 10. The Egyptian Sphinx is much kinder than its Greek cousin. Greek mythology is where the Sphinx's contemporary reputation for oppression and deceit originated, not Egyptian. The creature's encounter of Oedipus, whom she purportedly challenged with an impossible difficult riddle, resulted in her well-known appearance in Greek mythology. The Sphinx was received in ancient Egypt as a considerably more charitable, though less powerful godlike entity. Fact number 11. The missing nose on the Sphinx is not Napoleon's fault. The Great Sphinx's noseless mystery has given rise to several urban legends and theories. One of these myths, which is the most widely accepted, holds Napoleon Bonaparte responsible for blasting the Portiberians away in a fit of militaristic ego. Although it's a fascinating tale, pictures of the Sphinx from the 18th century suggest that the statue was actually dismembered before the French accused Mohammed Saim al-Dar, a devoted Sufi Muslim, of defacing the structure in an effort to disapprove the idolatry of the Sphinx worshippers. The next day he was lynched. Napoleon was initially blamed because he tried to disfigure the identities of all the statues in Egypt, because to his surprise they mostly represented black kings. As if Egypt was not in Africa, why the surprise? Fact number 12. The Sphinx went through a beard phase. The Great Sphinx once had a beard, which was finally eroded off the statue's chin and is now preserved in the British Museum and Cairo's Museum of Egyptian Antiquities. Vasile Dobrev, a French archaeologist, claims that the beard was added afterwards and was not a part of the statue's original design. Dobrev supports his claim by claiming that if the beard had been connected from the start, removing it would have caused hidden damage to the statue's chin. Dobrev's opinion is supported by the British Museum, which suggests that Thutmose IV repair project either included the addition of the beard to the Sphinx at some point or not long after. Fact number 13. The statue is the oldest monument but not the oldest Sphinx. The Great Sphinx of Giza is acknowledged as the earliest colossal sculpture in human history, despite its hazy age. When compared to the other Sphinxes, it may likely fall short of the age benchmark. Even if you assign the monument to Khafre's reign, there are likely earlier Sphinxes that show his half-brother Djedefre and sister Eteferes II. Fact number 14. Though not the oldest, it certainly is the largest. The Sphinx is the largest monolith statue in the world, measuring 241 feet long and 66 feet high. Fact number 15. The Sphinx is the center of a few astronomical theories. The Great Sphinx of Giza mystery has made it a central figure in many ideas regarding ancient Egyptians' mystical understanding of alien subjects. Leonard and other academics have hypothesized how the Sphinx and the pyramids of the gods and necropolis were part of a vast power harvesting machine that absorbed solar energy. Another idea highlights an alignment of the Sphinx, the pyramids, the Nile River, with stars in the constellations Leo and Orion and the Milky Way. This theory is mostly promoted by British author Graham Hancock. With a statue as enigmatic as the Great Sphinx, either hypotheses have received its share of skepticism, but the speculation is unlikely to end anytime soon.
That's all for today. Remember, good vibes only. Big smiles. P.S. Remember to check out the special promotions in the description of this or any other video on the channel.